Hi. So welcome back. Hopefully you have watched the introductory video and then the video about how to choose your short-term compelling and measurable why. And then the following video was about how to choose a plan to help you or assist you in taking off whatever weight you may want to be releasing by choosing a plan like either Weight Watchers or MyFitnessPal where there are no foods off limits. Because again, as long as you stay away from your favorite foods, you are continually on a diet and you will just keep going between the dieting and the binging cycle and things will never change. So as promised, this video is about tricks to make it stick. And those are what I came up with that really helped me get calm around food. So they are little things I do each day, not physical things, but more like questions that I ask myself throughout the day so that I'm doing the opposite of giving into the impulse. Because as you know, if you're watching this, chances are really high that you give into your impulses. You think of food and you go directly to eat it. Whether you're hungry or not, you probably eat a lot of food, even if you're not hungry. And you know, like most binge eaters, you may be hiding food from other people, but basically you're giving into your impulses. So I found that these tricks to make it stick were really like the opposite of giving into the impulse. So I'm going to go through them. There are 5 different categories of tricks to make it stick, and I think I might do a separate video for each one. I'm going to include the first one in this video, but I want people to have time to, you know, listen to it, digest it, maybe take some notes, and then move on to the next one. So the first type of trick to make it stick is called delaying satisfaction. And what that means, it's kind of, you know, it sounds pretty obvious, but what I found myself doing is when I first came up with this plan to help myself in 2010, I remember you know, I would choose 2 snacks a day of things I would normally binge on and find a way to eat them in moderation, which was totally foreign to me. Never did that before. So here's like an example of what I did. I remember thinking one day, like, I want to have a bag of baked Lay's, a small bag of baked Lay's as one of my snacks. And yeah, that would be a food I would normally binge on. So but like when I thought about it on that particular day, it was like 10 in the morning. And I remember asking myself, if I want these potato chips, would I be happier if I eat them now? Or would I rather look forward to them later? And I just thought about it for a minute. So instead of giving right into the impulse and eating them because I thought of them at 10 in the morning, what I did is I stopped and asked myself that question of, you know, would I rather wait until later? And the answer was, yeah, you know, I think I would rather have those potato chips after lunch. So I was still eating what I wanted, but I was deciding how it was going to play out so that I would be happy and get the most enjoyment out of it. So if you think about doing that, what you're really doing is just putting a pause in between your thoughts and your actions. And as binge eaters, we never do that. We just act compulsively and impulsively. So I found that to really be helpful. Not to say, oh, I can't have baked Lay's because I can't control myself and that whole story. But instead to say, well, I know I want them, but how's it going to serve me best? When will I be happiest having them? And I basically do that all the time. I wake up in the morning and sometimes maybe it's like 7 in the morning and I think about breakfast and I think like, oh, I want to eat now. But to do the opposite of the impulse, instead of just going to have breakfast, sometimes I'll say, well, am I willing to wait a half hour? You know, or am I willing to wait 15 minutes or an hour or whatever it is? Or would I rather maybe go for a walk first and then come home and have breakfast? Just the slowing it down and making a decision was like an amazing difference in my life. I didn't know I could do anything like that. So that's one type of trick to make it stick. And I will get back to you on the next video and we will go into the second type. I will see you soon.